we got our video from Chibi. Crunchyroll silences the community is killing ReZero's anime. Aside from just botching subtitles as usual, what have they been doing?
It's impressive. It's impressive just how bad Crunchyroll really is. And I mean, in the grand scheme of things, what I'm about to talk about isn't necessarily as bad.
Oh, hey! Natsuki Subaru jacket! It's his track jacket.
As yesterday's news about them, where you had an employee fired because he wanted to take some time off to take care of his terminally ill mother with cancer.
Jesus Christ. Is that the one where apparently there was like a leaked image of Crunchyroll staff doing this to their employees during some sort of interview? I don't know if that has to do with this.
But this still showcases an aspect of Crunchyroll's Department of Management and Marketing and how they deal with transparency and interact with their community. It showcases just what type of company this is, and that they legitimately don't want to own up to any mistakes, they don't want to be transparent, and they don't want to hear your voice. I mean,
gaslight, manipulate, right? Never admit fault. It's always someone else's fault. We are in the right.
This was already apparent with the removal of comments last year on Crunchyroll, which was obviously a very controversial move. I mean, I've talked about this already, but to give a little bit up to speed for those that are unaware of the comment section removal, one episode caused a little bit of controversy.
There was a BL anime, not a Yuri anime, like boys love anime, but it wasn't specifically that anime that triggered it. That was like like a lot of people were just typing like homophobic shit there, and then Crunchyroll decided, all right, this is the last straw break, and then comment section gone, nuked, rather than hiring like a moderating team to keep the comment sections going because they're cheap.
In the comments, so to speak, got a little bit heated, so to speak. Okay, and the thing is Crunchyroll's overall reaction to it was to remove the comment section, not just from that series or that episode, but basically the entirety of the site. They nuked the comment section that has been basically a staple part of Crunchyroll's site for a decade plus. So it was a very controversial move, but it also showed that Crunchyroll wanted to not just distance themselves from the community, but silence their community. They didn't want to hear any negative feedback. They didn't want to hear people talking about a series. They didn't want to hear it whatsoever.
Do you know why? Because they think they can get away with it. Because there's no competition, baby. Why bother? They're basically saying, eat this shit up. You have no other options. Well, guess what? A lot of people are deciding to pirate. A lot of people are deciding to unsubscribe. And with Sony coming in, I really want a revamped Crunchyroll or a brand new platform entirely.
And so it was a very drastic move that showcased a very anti-consumer practice that Crunchyroll was doing late last year, or middle of last year, not late, but in the middle of last year. So we fast forward to this. This is another good example of just the mismanagement, not just of the product ReZero, but also mismanagement of just being transparent with your community that you're trying to build, and really just kind of spitting on the goodwill of people that do want to actually watch the series on your said site. I have went on length and a rant about Crunchyroll literally last week about the ReZero situation with the marketing to the bad
Yeah, we honestly even watched that video, remember? There's like another guy that was ranting about how ReZero, figurines, there's like no dudes and only, girls. But the whole topic of that video is their lack of doing advertisement, the horrendous marketing for ReZero. And their official Twitter accounts, bro, they just go on hiatus, bro. They post nothing, and everything they post is like fucking AI garbage slop, just the cheapest form of engagement bait. And they just, I don't know, it just looks really poor. They just don't care about it.
Translations, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that today, because this honestly, this is disgraceful. It really is. And I want to once again reinstate this. In the grand scheme of things, this isn't the biggest of deals, okay? Obviously, yesterday's stuff was definitely a lot more important. But like I said, this showcases insight to the company and how they operate, not just with ReZero, but basically all their products and how they interact with their community. It's a really good insight into that. So let's get into where this all started, so to speak, and why so many people are starting to talk about it. Well, basically, a few days ago, you had a post like this that the official ReZero account made. For clarification,
Reinhardt hit pride where it hurts. His pride. Got community noted. Sorry, that post has been deleted. You got community noted, bro. Because Regular says greed. What do you mean pride? Bro, Who the hell is running this? This is a joke.
This account right here is the official Crunchyroll-owned ReZero English account. They make posts and stuff about ReZero, and this is owned by Crunchyroll. They are...
So much went down in this episode. What were your favorite moments from the latest episode, Star? My favorite's the part where you guys decided to just fuck up the entire subs.
In charge of this. So anyways, a few days ago, they actually had a post that was made that said, Reinhardt hit Pride where it hurts. His pride. So,
like, I get where you're going with, but like, come on, at least make the joke make sense.
Anyone that has watched the show and has a basic understanding of ReZero, hell, you don't even need to watch Season 3. You need to just watch the beginning of Season 2. And you will know who Regulus is. He is the Sin Archbishop of Greed. He's Greed. It was introduced at the...
Again, this is not the end of the world, but just want you to know that this is a... Are they a billion-dollar corporation? I don't know. They're the main distributors of this fucking anime right now, bro. These are the big corpus with the resources making a shitty-ass mistake like this for one of the biggest titles airing right now. Like, what the fuck is happening? This should not be happening. Like, if they didn't understand certain, you know, Japanese phrases and it got translated a bit awkward, I'd understand. But this is a very, very key word. Like an identity of a character. How the fuck are you messing this up?
The beginning of Season 2, okay? This isn't a new revelation. This isn't something that just came out with this episode. It's something that's been established for years. Season 2 of ReZero came out in 2020. 5 years ago, okay? The fact that you have a Crunchyroll account, an actual advertisement...
They do not watch the anime, bro. Wonder who decided to, you know, use this joke. Like, it just feels like one of those times where, like, you know, there's like a game developer or there's like a big announcement for like a video game and the devs pretend like they actually play the game, but they have no fucking clue. You know what I mean? It just feels so out of touch. That this account, dude, just literally let any fucking random like ReZero stan run the Crunchyroll. I mean, there's some liabilities there because they're not PR trained, but at the very least, they would understand the story. At the very least, they could make some fucking relatable memes, bro, and like be able to, you know, actually do marketing on a greater scale. Shit like this, it just proves that y'all don't care. You don't watch the anime. You just fucking engagement baiting. You can't even engagement bait correctly.
Main official account for ReZero, advertising ReZero, and they get the main enemy of the arc wrong, their name, is pretty funny. Especially when, at this point, the accusations against him was pretty bad. To kind of explain what I mean is that up to this very point, basically, the official ReZero account was not even advertising ReZero. It was basically a dead account for years. And to be fair, if there is no new ReZero, it makes sense there would be no new content. But I want to show an example to this, a counterpoint.
Sure.
This right here.
Freerun account, basically off-season advertisement marketing. They do a good job.
Is the official PR account for Freerun. As we know, Freerun is over. The anime's over right now. It's not coming out. We know there's going to be a continuation, but, you know, there's technically no new content. And this account is very active. In fact...
Oh, they are memeing, bro. They shitposting. Look at the engagement. 1.2 million impressions. 47K in likes.
You have literally whoever is in charge of this account literally just constantly posting this Freerun plushie doing random stuff. And it's like a man or a woman just having fun with their Freerun plushie.
And they just know. This is an account run by a person or a team of people that knows the show and knows how to post relatable things that's going to be engaging. ReZero? It ain't there.
It's very entertaining, and it's very wholesome, and it showcases that they're trying to keep...
I want to see Freerun eating a huge-ass burger, you know, because they had a huge-ass hamburger patty, you know, they'd eat for like a special birthday occasion.
Interest and conversation around Freerun alive. I respect this. This is what a PR account should do. It should continue garnering interest in the said product for you can sell...
That's right. Not only during the on seasons, but during the off seasons too, when the show isn't airing.
Not just, let's say, the show to people or the manga, but products in general. Just...
I have no clue what this food is. Is it a dessert? It looks like a volcano, to be honest. Looks like a volcano mashed potato with gravy that got dried up on the sides. I have no clue what food snack this is. It's a cake? Okay.
If the conversation stays alive, this series will have
Chocolate. It's not shaved ice though, is it? Some sort of dessert.
longevity and will be able to be talked about in the coming future. So basically, this example here is that you have an account that theoretically doesn't really need to be posting
Oh, it is shaved ice? Okay, my bad.
as often as they do, but they do, because they obviously like free Ren, but they also understand the overall weight and the significance of the series and how it means to be a manager of an account, especially if you're a form of PR for free Ren. So that gets into the situation with ReZero.
Bunch of fucking frauds here. No passion. No relatability. These dudes are just told, hey, for this week, this is the quota. You gotta tweet this many times. Oh boy. I don't even watch the show or know the show, but I gotta fucking do it. Alright, let's see what kind of fucking chat GPT ass post that I can make.
Mistakes happen. And I want to point something out. There's nothing wrong with the ReZero account making a mistake.
Yeah, they genuinely could have just watched an Anime Vega video and screenshot any of the memes, bro, and post it as their marketing. They straight up could have done that. And I guarantee you it would have gotten more traction. It would have gotten more, engagement, man.
And calling greed pride, okay? That's not necessarily an issue. The issue at hand is the fact that this isn't like the only mistake that, Crunchyroll has made with ReZero. I talked about this in my video last week, but I'm going to bring it up here.
Okay.
Crunchyroll, for all 9 episodes of Season 3 of ReZero,
they do like using the same emoji. The smiling with the nervous, like sweat bead emoji. They do love spamming it.
have had a drastic mistranslation every single episode.
Yep.
Some smaller than others, some larger than others.
I remember when Season 3 first aired, Episode 1, they butchered the characterization of Natsuki Subaru's development as he was saying, oh, so I'm the one that has to suffer now when Heinkel showed up and those doing family drama stuff, right? No. Everyone else is suffering. Subaru was trying to say something so selfless, but Crunchyroll fucked it up. And so many people are using that and saying, what development of character?
Some very important to the plot, they continuously mess up the translations. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, how is this in relation to this post, the official ReZero account that Crunchyroll is operating? The thing is, it's very clear the overall management of the
whole team, bro. The whole structure. It is passionless. It's so devoid of any soul, any otaku spirit. Shout out to Otaku Spirit, but any spirits of ReZero. That's why it's happening. Shitty subs, shitty tweets, no relatability. You can tell that people are simply just collecting a paycheck trying to hit the quota, bro. And when you see people just doing that, just posting for the sake of posting, without any like passion there, people can. It's just so obvious. It's so obvious that it manifestates in these kind of accidents, these mistakes. And it's so easy to dunk on even more, and it just makes us pissed off because ReZero is such a big title. It should be handled better. Why the hell is it being done this dirty, bro? Fuck Crunchyroll and the management team here.
The ReZero product is in just absolute a dire state. To basically no advertisement for the series whatsoever until the day it basically came out. No revealing of trailers or anything like that. No showcasing, no talking about it. Nothing. To basically next to no PR.
They had like 1 week out, right? Kadokawa released that one PV, the trailer, like 1 week out, but still, it's very lacking.
For the series for a long time, and the fans themselves really had to speak up and start talking about the series just to get people to really know that the series was coming out, which that gets into the other point I talked about in the video. A lot of people were completely unaware that ReZero returned last week. Hell, there's probably a lot of people still that's
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? For us, like, obviously we're too sweaty, right? We are not the casual audience, so we already knew that ReZero was going to return. We were counting down the days, but a lot of people, the casual enjoyers, bro, the average Joe that doesn't even, watches the seasonal anime, but just may check out like an episode of Down the Line because it's being talked a lot, like, they don't even know this shit's airing right now because there is no outreach. They don't care about it. Why are they not caring about it? Gross negligence? They're not thinking that ReZero's name is so huge that it'll simply be carried by the title, right? Maybe there's a bit of, an assumption like that from their side, but it just feels like such a wasted opportunity to let a big name show like this to be mismanaged like this. But it's also cool on the other side where despite the poor management and poor marketing of ReZero, The fact that the grassroots movements, the organic community members that enjoy ReZero's so much are being able to, do something that this fucking billion-dollar corporation should be doing. It's cool to see.
Unaware that ReZero returned. It's back, and Crunchyroll has barely advertised the said product, and a lot of people have been calling them out for it. So after multiple days upon days and weeks now of them basically calling Crunchyroll out, they make this post and messing up this advertisement for the latest episode. And so obviously you have a lot.
So they got pressured, come on, post something, and they posted, and whoops, they fucked up the joke. Who thought about this joke? Who thought this is a good idea? I mean, there's probably like, what? 1 to 3 people at least managing the social media account? No, there is no like peer review of like, yo, I think this joke's gonna hit, bro. And then someone could have just quickly reviewed and be like, yo, that's not pride, right? That's greed, right? It's just, fuck. There's nothing like that, huh? There's no safeguards in place.
A lot of fans that get very disgruntled with this because it's like, how do you keep making these mistakes? It's not just the fact that you have mistranslations. It's not the fact that you continue to not advertise, but now you do stuff like this with an official post. It's very clear that whoever is operating the whole marketing for ReZero,
they got no clue.
Does not care for ReZero. And that's bad.
They have no fucking clue. And here's the funniest part. A random 15-year-old kid on Twitter that runs like a ReZero stan account could run this shit so much better. Dude, like, it just disgusts me to think about how the person running this ReZero account probably went to like, university for some sort of like a marketing degree and got like a job like an official like Crunchyroll position. And this is the best they can do. When random shit posting kids on Twitter, they could pump out so many memes. They could pump out so many relatable things, with ReZero, and it would have way more outreach. It would be so much better for everybody. But that's not the world that we live in.
I'm just going to be blunt with you. If you have someone in charge of marketing for a set product, they should potentially be interested in the set product. They should not be a part of managing that set account, managing that set property, if they literally have no regard for it, or no consideration or care. Because I think it's pretty important for someone that maybe has some passion for it to be able to talk about it constantly. And that gets into what I talked about when it came to the free rent account. It's very clear that whoever operates this account is very passionate about.
They're very well tuned, right? And all you see are a couple meme pictures, right? Yeah, but it's not just memes. The memes are hitting. It's still relatable. That's what the people want. That's what you need.
Set product. They're constantly talking about it. They're constantly posting pictures about it. And it showcases that this is how you do marketing. And then you look at the absolute state of the official ReZero account, and then you realize it is just a catastrophe.
274. They got 275,000 followers, man. Bots. They're all fucking bots, bro. Fake.
In fact, I want to point something.
The engagement here, pretty low, right? I don't really look at Twitter analytics like that, but for 250,000 plus followers, and with a trending show like ReZero, and you're the official account, they get 622 likes like this, huh?
Something out. Ever since all this drama for the last week that's happened, this.
Ugh, bro. Just. We finally see you again, Amelia. Purple heart. I hate it. I fucking hate it, bro. Not because I hate Amelia. I love to see Amelia back. But it's that tone in that post. It's an NPC post, exactly. Especially with them, slipping, bro. When I see a simple sentence like that, bro, it's just. Oh, it just feels so artificially created to satisfy the most fucking bottom barrel, lowest hanging fruit, fucking monkeys that's gonna eat this shit up. Oh, fuck.
This account has been talking a little bit more about ReZero than it used to. Not as much, obviously, as you can clearly see, but it has made a lot more posts than it's had in basically the last few years. And
yeah, they better because season 3 is airing right now.
I think that in general,
the moment you realize you're not even a worthy opponent. Fucking, I don't like it. These posts are pissing me off.
It seems like the overall conversation of people talking about Crunchyroll's marketing is starting to work. They're like, oh crap, maybe we should start marketing. It's not looking too good. But I'm just like, I
fire this person. Just hire fucking Stride Valakia, bro. That ReZero account that leaks spoilers and shit. Fucking get them, bro.
I don't know what Crunchyroll is doing with this, but it's so bad because it showcases a complete disconnect from not just ReZero, but the anime community.
Yeah.
It's really bad because, like, let's get into Ice's post here.
So, yeah, let Ice run it.
This is removed comments. These are hidden replies, removed comments on Crunchyroll's latest post, which you could see here. You click here. And then you go into this section, you could see the hidden replies.
I see.
And even if you disagree or don't agree with these, whatever, Crunchyroll is actively hiding criticism.
Yeah, because they want to look good, right? It's in their best interest to hide this shit. Of course, if I was like, do you think that they're going to leave the hate up there when they're already getting shit on like that? My favorite was how well the marketing team hype up the release of another batch of episodes, which is just, you know, just a bull-faced lie, because obviously that's an ironic post. Here's some of my favorite parts: when every episode was released with major translation, or when this account was inactive for years. Oh boy, do you remember when the person half of the official account doesn't know shit about the show? Man, I love Crunchy. And they're not wrong, man. They're absolutely right. And Crunchyroll, of course, will hide these because it doesn't make them look good. Of course they're going to do it.
How they've been handling stuff. You can see this pointed out right here. They're actively hiding criticism instead of acknowledging it, instead of saying, oh, we messed up or whatever, you know, sorry or whatever, you know, humanize the account, you know, because we know whoever's running it is human at the end of the day.
Are they? Knowing Crunchyroll, bro, what if they have like an AI running this account? It's just like programmed to fucking get a random fucking screenshot of like, you know, an episode and have like, you know, come up with some random fucking, you know, like simple as, you know, phrase to post it because they didn't want to even have an intern or like a marketing team running, you know, the social media account. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But yeah, would the AI make a mistake of, you know, call Regulus Pride as well? That is a little bit disrespectful to the AI. But knowing Crunchyroll, like it's not. I wouldn't assume it. Like I would assume it. I don't think it's beyond them that they would scrap the fucking team and let, you know, fucking AI run this shit because they just want to offload the costs.
If they admitted it and humanized it, a lot of people would rally and probably support it. But the fact there's been like zero transparency, and this once again echoes everything we've already seen from Crunchyroll and Sony at this point and how they handle things, I don't think it's really going to change. Just the more and more stuff like this that continues to come out, the more it really irks me just about how the company is run in general. It's just...
I mean, at this point, it's just, you know, more confirmation that they really are the shitty company that we all think it is. It's not overblown, you know, hate. These are not just like, you know, a couple outliers trying to fucking drag a company down. No. At this point, like, how many different, you know, instances has happened? Listen, one dot on a graph, it's an outlier. There's no pattern of behavior. This is multiple dots in the graph now. So many different instances over the last year and more that suggest that this company has no fucking clue what they're doing. It's a miracle that they're even here. It's because of early market capture. Crunchyroll is heavily carried by the fact that they originally started as a pirate, you know, streaming site, and then was lucky enough to be one of the first adopters to distribute anime legally. And because they got that first player's advantage, right? They can decide to do this shit and you know, there's no competition. So what they have no incentive to improve it. But now, you know, with just more of them just getting called out and all these different, you know, fiascos, you know, basically just showing up into the light and everyone's seeing what a bizarre shit show it is behind the scenes. And you saw the different numbers, right? In the different videos about how Netflix and, you know, different streaming sites, pirate sites, right, get a lot more traffic than Crunchyroll. They're going down the shitter, man. They're subscription based. They're going down the shitter. And I love to see it. I love to see these companies get so cocky, thinking they're too big to fail because they got first movers advantage to be brought down, to be blasted like this, and for potentially someone to show up and maybe even just dismantle Crunchyroll and come up with something new. Maybe it's a little bit too idealistic to hope that Sony will just save everything, you know, but still at the end of the day, Crunchyroll ass.
It feels disrespectful, honestly. I mean, obviously this isn't as disrespectful as, like, maybe the mistranslations continuously for every single episode. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Every episode of ReZero Season 3 being mistranslated, that's womp disrespectful.
Womp. We've had community members step up, though, and deliver the corrected subs, which is nice to see.
100%. It pisses me off. Like, actually, as a fan. Like, that's crazy. That should not even be... That shouldn't even be allowed.
They have no respect for the show.
If one mistake happened, that's fine.
But exactly, this is not one mistake though, right? This is so many repeated behaviors.
Episodes? It doesn't seem like it's just
Make it 10.
a mistake anymore. That seems
11,
like
12,
really
16.
bad at their job, or they just really don't care about the product of
Both. They are terrible at their job, and they don't give a shit about this show, man.
ReZero, and it's looking more like both of them, actually. It's looking like both, not just one, but both. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the situation. Like I said, it's nothing groundbreaking. I don't think it's anything crazy as yesterday's stuff, but I do think that in general, this is just another little line on Crunchyroll's track record of how awful they really are in terms of marketing and
keep documenting them.
It's not good, man. It's not. But I'll leave it at that.
And while it is shitty that, again, Crunchyroll keeps fucking this up, I think one positive thing about this is the fact that the ReZero community becomes united because Crunchyroll keeps dropping the ball. How did they become united? Community members stepping up, delivering the corrected fan subs, a rallying cry throughout social media of people getting on boards, you know, with the anti-Crunchyroll sentiment, and also to kind of talk about ReZero, right? We're basically doing our own promotions. We're basically just doing the marketing ourselves because, goddamn, this corporations has no fucking clue how to run this shit. And it's just so funny to think like how much money they're wasting on the marketing team when they could just hire a 14-year-old kid from across the fucking world that just shitposts about ReZero. And in one day, that kid probably could just, you know, shitpost and just get ReZero just like way more viral than it can. Please go check out Chibi's video. Here's a link. Give the video a like, and I'll see you guys next time.